It's late night in suburban Melbourne. A car pulls up, a man jumps out and throws a firebomb into a car yard. This is why the owner's flamboyant support for opposition fighters in Syria, provoking pro-government Syrians in Australia.
They try to attack me. They attack me a couple of times. They come to my house. They try to shoot me one day. I'm lucky my neighbors, okay, he saw them at night and he's screaming and they ran away.
There have been attacks back and forth. This community centre was firebombed last year because it was seen to be associated with people supporting President Assad. Australians are travelling to Syria too, and some aren't coming back. Sonia al-Abbas's brother was killed by a sniper at the end of last year. She's already been to Syria to find out how what he said was an aid trip went so wrong. Next month she'll go back again with clothes for refugees.
It's a risk that you take, and to help people I'll take that risk. And I think the same as what he did, I'll do the same.
But Australia's government worries some of its citizens in Syria, and there are thought to be between 100 and 300, are there to fight.
There are reports that some of the Australians may have hooked up with some of the more extremist jihadist elements in the region and maybe adopting some of the ideology and politics of these groups, and also potentially being trained in a combat situation by these groups.
In 2009, police exposed a plot to blow up a Sydney army barracks by Australians who'd learned skills fighting in Somalia. Australia's government doesn't want anything similar starting in Syria. It's made clear any Australians fighting there would be breaking Australian law. Zaki Mallah, who's been accused and acquitted of terrorism charges before, says his trip was humanitarian. But he also met with the rebels and made videos of the fighting.
Being on the front line, it's scary as hell.
I held the gun myself when I was in Syria, and it doesn't mean that I went to fight. It just means it's a photo, it's for show and tell, that this is a gun, I held it, it's an AK, but I didn't fight.
Syria's civil war doesn't get much attention from most Australians, but the war's ripples are being felt here. An echo of the conflict is being played out on Australian streets, and Australian security forces are concerned that a foreign conflict could, one day, lead to a domestic attack. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.